You know, when I take a look back at the sequel trilogy by Disney and Lucasfilm, by far, one of the best characters that I believe progressed so very well was character of Kylo Ren / Ben Solo in, of course, episodes 7 through 9, where we were able to witness this character in a very vivid way, unlike some of the other characters out there that really failed to do so in a logical sense. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, when we go ahead and examine Adam Driver as an actor, alright, we obviously know that he had a lot of different opinions on his character Kylo Ren from start to finish. In fact, it was very hard for him to keep things a big secret about the ultimate fate of the character at the very end of episode 9. We do know that Adam Driver also had a lot of different scenes that were cut from the movie because of Kathleen Kennedy, of course. That's one of the main reasons as to why we did not get to see the actual trailer of the film back in December of 2018. You guys may recall that there was supposed to be a major trailer for the movie in late 2018 that did not happen because of Kathleen Kennedy's poor leadership skills on how the marketing was going to be laid out. So, jump to where we are now in 2021. We have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni really steering things in the right direction when it comes to shows like The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka series and other TV shows out there that they are in fact involved in, such as the Kenobi show and even to a degree Star Wars Andor. So, beyond all of this, we do know that Kathleen Kennedy is primarily working on Star Wars The Acolyte TV series, a show that takes place at the very end of the High Republic era. Alright, so that takes place a couple of decades before the events of The Phantom Menace. And it's very close to the prequel trilogy, if you think about it like that. So, beyond all of this, what's really intriguing all has to do with Adam Driver's stance on Lucasfilm's leadership. Yes, we're talking about Kathleen Kennedy herself. So, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new Star Wars projects and shows, like Star Wars Ahsoka and even Star Wars Kenobi, it's best described that creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are actively developing their new Star Wars shows, like Mandalorian and Rangers, in order to bring back tons of Star Wars Legends content as well. However, since the sequel trilogy's end, many fans have missed actor Adam Driver as Kylo Ren and Ben Solo. However, in a recent interview, Adam Driver was able to discuss about Lucasfilm's leadership and more to do with Star Wars. At one point in time, Adam Driver was able to state that when working on The Rise of Skywalker, he was initially promised that he would have tons of more dialogue as Ben Solo than what he received in the final version of the film that was cut due to Kathleen Kennedy wanting to shift away from the Skywalkers toward the third act of the movie. Adam Driver goes on to reveal that he was originally going to have a major part in the very ending of the film with Daisy Ridley that would have truly given the fans a heartwarming moment. Now, it's just that the ending fell into creative differences between J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy in the long run. Adam Driver goes on to say that Kathleen Kennedy also wanted nothing to do with the scenes that he had worked on so hard for and trained for months for the film that ended up just getting cut from the movie. Driver also unveils that co-writer Chris Terrio even wanted to make the film a two-parter, but that this is something that Kennedy did not want to embrace. Driver says that he would have done a second part without hesitation as he loves the character Kylo Ren and Ben Solo. However, when questioned about if he will return or coming back to Star Wars overall, Adam Driver simply jokingly replied, "Never say never, you may never know what comes your way." So, let's just stop right here for 1 second. Now, about 6 months ago, we talked about how Adam Driver is in fact going to be involved with the Rise of Skywalker sequel series. This is going to be an animated TV show for Disney Plus that's going to have lifelike animation. Some of the actors are indeed returning, such as Mark Hamill and Adam Driver, now doing voiceover work and some facial scans. This most likely is what Adam Driver is alluding to or hinting at when he says, "Never say never, you may never know what comes your way." The thing about his stance on Kathleen Kennedy is solid. I really do feel bad for the guy, the fact that he worked so many months on training for the actual scenes that were supposed to become a part of episode 9 a lot more dialogue he was supposed to have as Ben Solo, you know, him actually being able to really gear towards a great, like an actual good character, you know, Ben Solo. He wanted to embrace the light side more so in episode 9, and Adam Driver didn't really get to do it all that much as far as dialogue goes. You know, we do remember that, of course, if you look back 6-7 months ago when Adam Driver was talking more about the film, is that he really desperately wanted more Ben Solo sequences in the movie, and that he really just wanted more dialogue for the character than what he got in the final version. And here we are once again, you know, he's still very much upset about that. The fact that Kathleen Kennedy was pretty much a flip-flopper with episode 9, I mean, this was just a given. She changed the ending on and off time and time again, causing a lot of stress and problems behind the scenes between the cast and the crew. Daisy Ridley as an actress even talked about this. She herself even said that the ending of the movie pretty much went back and forth several times. We're not talking about 1, 2, maybe 3 times. Several times the ending of the movie was changed because of Kathleen Kennedy's input on the end of the Skywalker saga. But it isn't necessarily the end of the Skywalker saga now, is it? Right? We see that Luke Skywalker is going to become a big part of the new universe by Dave and John and what they're doing on Disney Plus TV shows. Not just that, the Kenobi series is going to feature a young Luke and Leia, so that's another thing to look forward to. We're going to actually be able to see the Skywalkers in a different time period that we have yet to have seen in Star Wars canon. So that's going to be very exciting to see in live action form. As far as Adam Driver, alright, this is a very interesting process because, yes, he loved playing the character of Kylo Ren. Yes, he loved the character of Ben Solo because, after all, Adam Driver always wanted to embrace the good side of a character. Think about it. This is an actor that signed up for 3 movies at the time, which mainly was a villain. You know, of course, you know, he had some struggles here and there, but for the most part, he was playing a villain. Adam Driver said this time and time again, that he has always wanted to portray the good side of that character more, and Kathleen Kennedy pretty much would not allow it to happen in depth. So that's why we got very little dialogue of Ben Solo. In fact, there were some sequences that were shot between Ben and Rey, Daisy and Adam, where they were embracing their final moments, where there were different scenarios, okay? One of which where Rey was going to die, another of which where Ben Solo was going to die but come back, or also come back as a Force ghost. Many different sequences. All these sequences were tested and deleted, and we got what we got in the final version of the movie. Those sequences actually had a lot of dialogue of Ben Solo. So, overall, the fact that, of course, Kathleen Kennedy had so much input on Adam Driver's stance on the saga's end, and how many scenes he was going to have as the pure character of Ben Solo, it just makes one wonder, you know, why would Kathleen Kennedy want to delete the sequences between Ben and Palpatine? Alright, Adam Driver even talked about this before in the past, even Ian McDiarmid, saying that there was so much footage that was shot that there was just so much left over to deal with, and that they couldn't just throw in everything. And that, to me, would have been all the more exciting, to have a full-fledged battle between Ben and Palpatine. I mean, what's not to like about that, right? So, like I've said before in the past, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.